What is the Gospel? By Mandy, Groce, illustrated by Tessa. There is something big that I've been trying to figure out. I hear a lot about this thing called the Gospel. I think it has to do with churches, maybe Jesus, but I don't really understand. My brother told me that the Gospel has to do with sin. I hate my sin, and I know that God hates my sin. Even though it might feel good at the time, the results are pure disaster. I'm not sure that this answers my questions. My sister told me that the Gospel is about being part of God's kingdom. She mentioned that God's kingdom is a group of people. I always thought it was a place, like a castle. God's kingdom sounds like something good, but I still want to know more. My uncle told me that the Gospel is a gift. Woohoo! I love gifts. I don't have to work and work and work for them. It took me ages to save up for my bike. I wonder what this gift is. My mom told me that asking about the Gospel was a wonderful thing. Actually, she had that same look on her face as when I hugged my sister or cleared the table without being asked, only more teary. Mom said that the Gospel is an amazing gift for all people and that I should sit down and have a man-to-man with Dad. Those are always great. I found my dad in his study, which is one of my favorite spots in the house. Dad told me that my brother, my sister, my uncle, and my mom were all right. He said that the Gospel means God's good news, the full story about Jesus saving us from our sin. It is the complete picture of what God did for us through Jesus. The Gospel is God's kingdom. Son, God's kingdom doesn't look like one that people would create, but it is more amazing than we can imagine. Being part of it means that Jesus is our King and we have life and joy secure in Him forever. The Gospel is accomplished through God's cross. Dad reminded me that my sin needed to be paid for and that nothing I could do would ever be enough. The more you understand the depth of your own sin, the more you can understand just how much you need Jesus. Dad told me that when we talk about the cross, we mean everything that Jesus did for us. The Gospel comes by God's grace. I don't deserve God's goodness, but He reached down and rescued me even when my sin had made me His enemy. My dad taught me, you don't have to work your way into God's favor. He loves you because He created you, and you're made right with Him because of what Jesus did. After Dad and I talked for a while, my understanding of the Gospel is much clearer. God's Gospel is still a mystery in some ways, but I know that He's faithful. He will always be there to lead and guide me. It's like God is helping me to take all the pieces of a beautiful puzzle and fit them together. The end.